Hey folks, welcome back. You know exactly where I'm at if you've been around the last little while. I'm out here in the red pine forest, at least what's left of it. As you see, I've been doing some work, but things are certainly not going very fast. I wouldn't exactly say that's a beautiful thing out that way. If you have a look, the red pine trees are still half broken, mostly broken, or they're already broken and laying on the ground. I got to get this cleaned up at some point or another. There's an awful lot of loss out there, and I've already accepted that. But I don't want it all to go to loss. And so what I need to do is get these dangerous trees to the ground, get the logs over to the sawmill, and start processing material that's at least salvageable. Making my way over here where I haven't really touched anything at all. This makes me sick. Have a look here. I don't know how many trees are in this general vicinity, but if I keep going, there's thousands and more as I look further and further. Are incredibly dangerous to try to get down to the ground and get processed. These ones that are broken off partway up, those are the ones I'm concerned with. These ones are nothing. But the ones up high, not the fully broke off, but the partially broke off, those ones are dangerous. Not to mention, look at these boards or logs. Now, I don't know if you're anything like me or not, but every once in a while you get started on a project and then eventually you start to feel like you're in over your head. I think I'm in that situation right now. As you can see all around me, there's nothing but tree destruction. And when I say tree destruction, I mean like massive tree destruction. And we're not talking cutting 100 trees or 500 trees. We're talking about cutting like 5,000 trees. There is an awful lot of trees here. They're all either half broken, ready to be broken, or already broken. And they have to get sorted. They have to get cleared out of the way. And at the very least, they have to get brought to the ground. I've been coming through and cutting trees as I can safely with a chainsaw, but the truth is there's a lot of trees here I just don't want to touch. Heavy equipment is where the answer lies, and that's exactly what I've been working on behind the scenes. Now, I don't have a new heavy excavator coming in that's going to break all these off, at least that I own, but I do have a heavy excavator coming in that someone else owns. A friend of mine who owns a company, he runs heavy equipment, and he's got an excavator who's going to come in here and he's going to do some serious work. Now, he's a real operator, and so he's got the skills to get the work done and get it done fast, and that's what I need. And so he's going to come in here, make things safe for me, get all of these half-broken trees to the ground, and all the trees that are about to be on the ground, he's going to get those piled up and sorted for me so that I can make sense of this destruction. As far as the eye can see, it looks like this. All the way down to where those trees are standing, all the way that way to where you see the other trees jump over the trail, and it's even worse over that way and all the way back there. So he's coming in, he's going to help me out. He's got those skills, as I mentioned. He's got a big excavator, and I think making this place safe is going to make me feel a lot better, because then I can get in here full force with my equipment and I can process the logs. If I get hurt, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many logs are on the ground. I won't be in here sawing them, and that's no good. And so we need some help, and therefore that's exactly what we're going to do. Stay tuned. He's coming in. Here we go. Well, things certainly look a lot different than they did this morning, that's for sure. We got the machine in here. The operator running this certainly knows what they're doing. They're very skilled at what they do. And you can see the nice sorted piles, and well, you see a lot less carnage. This was the area where trees were intertwined, tangled together, broke off, hung up, stuck, and we made it look like this. So I'm very impressed. And I'm also noticing quite a bit different than what I'm used to. All the stumps are gone with the exception of the odd straggler there, but everything is nice and workable at this point. I have some nice area I can get in here and get these logs sorted. Now this operator here, the person running the excavator, did a great job because they sorted the logs for me pretty much based on size. The odd bigger log in with the small ones, but for the most part they're separated into small stuff, which I'll use for firewood, and then up this way into bigger stuff, which I'll try to salvage some lumber out of. Now the operator also broke off the tops off the trees, and that was kind of handy. More or less laid the trees down and then took the bucket and broke the top off and then piled the top separate. Just saves me getting all that debris mixed in with the logs, and that just saves my processing time because I'm going to be the one tackling this pile. We got a whole bunch of stumps down there, and who knows what'll happen to those. Maybe we'll have a burn at some point. It certainly won't be this time of year, that's for sure. But maybe when winter rolls around, we'll get that cleaned up that way. But we'll certainly have a big pile of firewood to process at some point. As I said, the logs will be taking priority over there, the ones that I'll use for lumber. Nice machine, by the way. This machine, 13.5 ton. When you have the right tools for the job, it certainly makes it a lot easier. Scooting up here, you can see where we're headed next. This will be tomorrow. Going down this way, and the sawmill is over that way. So this will sort of hook in like that, and then there's a whole bunch of debris. I'm hoping by the end of tomorrow we'll see quite a bit more cleared through here. Obviously not all these trees are going away, but the ones that are damaged certainly will be. And one of the things that I'm really liking about having someone in here with this type of equipment is I have access now. I can get in and actually do some stuff. And they're not just skimpy trails here. These are full-blown access roads. Never had that before. Here's some of my decent logs. And they're certainly not cut to length, but I don't expect them to be yet. I can do all that. And the nice part is, once again, there's no tops here. All the tops got put into a pile. Well, I'd say it's about time to head in and have a look-see. We've had a few days of work being done, and we're not done yet, that's for sure. We still have that far side over there, which is a big swath of trees down, but we've done most of this side, at least I think so. I haven't been down to look behind the sawmill yet. I've seen this part here and some of that part there, but not down there, so that's where we're headed. Sawmill's down there. For perspective, we came from the trail there. And one thing that's kind of nice here is there's real nice roadways made through here, so I can get in here and do some work. Everything is graded nicely. There's no big holes. Now in here, this will be the material that's real small, and this will be the tops as well. We got the nice the nice road down this way, and it's almost unrecognizable as I walk through here. I've never seen it as open as it is. You can see the piles here. It's nice the way some of the trees are positioned here. I can easily get in here and grab them and pull them out. Obviously I can cut them to length here or pull them out and cut them to length. We have the brush pile or the tops. More logs here. And you'll notice along the perimeter, looks like they went as far as they could. Obviously you can't get between narrow trees, so some of those ones on the outside, that'll be for a winch. Wow. Is it ever open? I haven't seen this yet. This is wild. And so, not done by any means, but the progress that was made in such a short amount of time is shocking. You imagine how long this would take me to do? I'd be out here the rest of my life to get it looking like this. Nice how it's sorted too, and it's sorted without the top, so that's going to save me an awful lot of time. Even over here, nice piles for me. The roads I'm going to really appreciate. I've never really had good roads, as you know. Some roads, but not that great. These are well established. No roots whatsoever. Gosh, is it ever open in here though? Wild. But we look back here, you really see what came down and what we're left with. I guess I can be thankful that it didn't knock down every single tree. Although one thing is for certain, these trees that are left, they're very susceptible to wind or any type of other storm that rolls through. So let's just hope the weather is calm. These can get a bit bigger before the next ice storm hits, that's for sure. Wow, this is wild to see. So I haven't been in here at all. I haven't even seen it on a picture or anything. And so this was just done now. Just wrapping up for the day. Wow, shocking. And this would be my middle trail that I had a video put out, I don't know how long ago. And I was trying to get through with my tractor. And it was super muddy here. It's wild, isn't it? Remember all the tangled mess in here? Nice stump pile there, brush pile there. Looks awesome. You can certainly see it's still wet here. You see it in there. But the machine definitely has a light footprint. Can walk right over it. So there's still going to be logs cut to length, but having the tops cut off them and having them sorted into rough sizes, we're talking reasonable sizes for sawing and small logs that I won't saw, saves me a lot of time. Taking the roots out right from the ground is nice as well. Gee, look at it in here. This is shocking. Wow. We're not even quite done yet, obviously. We got a few in there probably to knock down. Maybe we'll leave them. It's hard to say. I want to get to the other side there. And then these ones here, these stragglers, some of them are okay. But like I said, they're susceptible to wind damage and storm damage. So whether they last will be seen. And this is where I was sort of poking away, as you know. I was cutting them down and stacking them as best I could. And it's quite the difference in amount of work that I can get done with my equipment and a big excavator like that. So just looking back here, that's sort of where we're at. Look at that canopy, is something else. Wow. But it's a start, and it's certainly a lot safer. I can get in there and work. And one of the reasons I had the excavator come in is for that safety. Now we make our way over this way. This is where the next big swath of stuff comes in, and it looks like that's where the day ended today. So I haven't seen any of this. And so just to make use of our time and to make sure that the excavator can get on to its other jobs and I can get back to sawing and that, we're probably going to process maybe a bit faster over here. There's some logs that aren't quite as valuable. And so we'll see what happens. We'll see how the weather holds. We'll see how the day progresses and how much we get done over here. But there we are. Gosh, that's quite the opening. It's gonna be a job, that's for sure. So it goes in there. even further, and then all the way down there. We'll see what that's going to look like. Anyways, we'll leave it at that.